Tonight, they're one of the most creative game studios on the planet, Media Molecule, and GTTV is here in London to take you behind the scenes of their two latest projects, the Papercraft-inspired Tearaway and Little Big Planet for the PlayStation Vita. Plus, the latest multiplayer details for Black Ops 2. Can a Ford Mustang outrun a P-51 fighter plane in Forza Horizon? Combat Facts tests assault rifle attachments in the field. Justine gets her hands on a new Android game controller.
I'm excited.
NHL star Chris Letang skates with Daniel Kaiser before the release of NHL 13. We go Hollywood with an exclusive preview of Joe Danger 2 the movie. And Amanda talks to viral video director The Punisher Clinton Jones. Big things do come in small packages, right now on GTTV. Welcome to an all-new GTTV right here on Spike. I'm Jeff Keighley. This week in London at Media Molecule, the creators of Little Big Planet. I'm here with Alex Evans, the co-founder. Alex, it is so great to be over here. I've loved Little Big Planet. You've got a Vita version of that coming out, but you also just announced a brand new game called Tearaway, right?
That's right. I mean, Gamescom was huge for us because, you know, here in this office and the team behind us have been working for a year in secret on their baby, which, you know, we think of as like, it's the Media Molecule Vita game that began on Vita, and that's what makes Tearaway really unique. It's the most Vita-ish game we could think of.
Tearaway, it's sort of inspired by Papercraft, right?
Right. I mean, I think the breakthrough in the game was when we realized that Papercraft wouldn't just be about the look of the game. It was actually going to affect the way the game played, the way the game felt. The guys actually build the whole levels out of folding origami and Papercraft techniques, so it's all legit, and you can download the whole game as you progress and print them out and then make your own.
Tell us a bit about the character and sort of the world. What's the story of?
Sure. So the story of Tearaway is very much an adventure game where you go along, I call it a buddy movie, with Iota. Iota's this new character. He's got this unique message trapped in his head. And the story of the game is you just get tempted to see what this message is, and then it gets sucked inside your Vita and you're kind of tapping on the front touch going, no, I want to read that. And that's the whole story. You go through this adventure with Iota, and the whole mission is to get him back out into the real world, out through your Vita's front screen so you can see what this super secret unique message is.
Talk a little bit about LBP Vita, which is coming out here in just a few weeks, so people don't have to wait long for this one. And the fans are excited about the idea of LBP on the go. So if I'm someone watching this and I've played LBP2, I love it. What is different about the Vita version? Is it the same game on Vita? Are there new levels?
I mean, there are new levels. There's a whole new story. I think there's a kind of greater structure to the way that you can build the sort of links between levels. Just basically, it's bigger and better. LBP is so perfect for a drop-in, drop-out. You know, we're talking about how people are on the move, they just want a couple of minutes of gameplay. Well, think about how we call it serendipity. You know, you're just diving into different levels, user-created levels, and maybe 1 in 5 is great, but that's enough. And I haven't even mentioned the touchscreen. I mean, it's such a natural match. You know, the idea of like being able to interact with the world with your fingers is really, really well suited to LBP.
Customizable firearms come in many shapes and sizes, and in today's combat games, you have the option to outfit your weapon in an almost endless amount of ways, with attachment options that will blow your mind. Today, we ask the question, how realistic are multiple weapon attachments featured in today's shooters compared to real life? Lock and load as Saber Ops gives us the combat facts.
All right, Daniel Kaiser here at the Combat Facts gun range just north of Los Angeles with David B. Johnson from Saber Ops. Tell us about our test.
What we wanted to show today was like the difference between a fully loaded weapon and like a totally empty weapon. And so what we used here was a G36, and we shot it first with nothing on it. It was really light. I mean, I felt like a light fighter. It was like old school, you know, open sights. It was great. But I will say, you know, at the distances we were shooting, I kind of wish maybe I had an optic. So we decided to load everything up on there. So we threw on our optic, our tac light, we threw a 203 on here, and threw a little PEC action, and then a couple extra mags on the side.
These attachments are obviously meant to give the soldier a tactical advantage out there on the field, but is there a point where it crosses the line to become a disadvantage, maybe in weight?
I noticed a huge difference today, pre-attachments and after attachments. To be honest, we only held it for a few moments. If I had to patrol with this weapon, with this much crap, I'd be in trouble. It's just extra weight. The one thing we didn't do today is we didn't customize it for a mission. We just wanted to throw on as much stuff as we could. But usually when you're out there in the field, you want to customize what you throw on there.
All right, David, so knowing what we know with our test today, would you say that the way video games handle attachments today is a combat fact or combat fiction?
I'd say it's a combat fact with the two little fictions we'll throw in there. Prep time. You saw today it took me a good 5 to 10 minutes with the Leatherman to really get all my attachments on there. And we're not even factoring in zeroing time for the night vision stuff and for the optics. In the game, you just throw it together really quick. And then also, guys, in video games, they're not planning for mission specific. They'll use a 2 or 3 inside a room and they don't care. So with the exception of those two, I'd say we have a combat fact on our hands.
All right, I appreciate your insight very much. You can get attached to more combat facts online at GameTrailers.com.
When we return, Media Molecule breaks down Little Big Planet for PS Vita. Plus, Justine gets hands-on with PowerA's Moga Android controller.
Oh my goodness.
And Amanda talks to the Punisher, Clinton Jones, about making big action on a small budget.